You walking the dog all the time. Yeah, I never see that. It's hard. I did it. Yeah. Nothing to add. I texted
Are we starting here or on the PowerPoint?
There.
Okay.
And it's, I actually had it ready to go, but it's that one full screen.
Okay. Once we started, I think, well, maybe.
Yeah, you got it. There you go.
No,
I don't think that's the right one.
it's not the right
I
one.
don't think so.
Okay. Oops. That's the PowerPoint. This one? It's not.
What are you expecting?
This one? That's the one I just did.
So then you just.
Okay.
There we go. That's right there.
Back a little bit. And we're starting with this or the PowerPoint?
Part of the.
Okay,
That's good.
so we'll just leave it there.
Yep.
Okay. And we're already recording, so we should be all set.
Right.
Is it showing up?
Yeah.
Let me just make sure. PowerPoint. Oh, this needs to back up. There we go. And Zoom meeting, I should say recording somewhere. When I started it. Oh, pause, stop recording. So we are, and I'm going to share the screen right away. So we're going to start with this.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, how are you? Good. No. Well, I was just waiting to hear from
And good morning. If you could take your seats, we'd like to get started. Thank you.
The two truths and a lie thing.
What's
You know
that?
about that, the two truths and a lie thing? Susanna and I signed up for that today. I didn't know if you knew that or not.
I saw her.
Yes, I know. It's up to you. You know that two truths and a lie that Claudia started? I don't care. We're ready to do it if you
We'll
want.
do it after the announcement.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Good morning. We're ready to start. So, you'd like to- Morning.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. We'll be offering the invocation. Everybody ready? Dear God, we're thankful for all of the blessings we've received, and we firmly believe as individuals and Rotarians that there are many of these blessings we can pass along, especially kindness and generosity. Amen.
Steve.
You're joining me in the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So good morning again. We have lots of announcements today, and I'd like to start with Chris.
Perfect. Thanks, Gene. So starting the new Rotary year off on a great note with Gene here. Just at the board meeting on Wednesday, we voted in 4 new Rotarians, 4 new members. So we'll hopefully get them inducted within the next month or so. But we have Trish Piliato from the Dublin Library, who is Joe's successor. Thank you, Trish. We're excited to have you. Jim Wilson from Dublin Food Pantry. Mike Jewell, who was a previous member and is now coming back as he has more time in retirement, and Sarah Harrison Mills, who is Julie Rinaldi's successor. So thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. We had lots of great volunteers for the 4th of July parade marshaling, and I want to thank everyone who turned out. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of hot, but it was a great parade, and was glad we could represent Rotary there. The next announcement, Barb, if you'd like to talk to us about the Dublin Food Pantry Bounty at the Bridge.
It's not at the bridge or on the bridge, but it's Bounty at Bridge Park. Close. So anyway, yes, most of you probably already know about it. It's Sunday, September 15th. Sunday evening, September 15th. I'm going to put cards on some of the tables. But it's the major fundraiser for the Dublin Food Pantry. It's going to be really great. It's at the Exchange, which probably a lot of you have been to events there. It's going to be a great space for the event. Rotary, thankfully, we are grateful to Rotary for committing to one table, one Hope sponsorship table, which there's Harvest, Health, and Hope sponsors and other sponsors, but Rotary is committed to one table of Hope. So that's great. And Claudia is gonna, I have a sign-up sheet that Claudia gave me. You can sign up to be at that table. Tables seat 8 people. So you can sign up to be at that table. Claudia was gonna explain how all the rest of that works, I think. About the payment and all that. No, it's all right. She'll
Easy. The ticket price is per individual, $150 per person. There is an additional fee. Our club is sponsoring that fee. And in return, we get some promotional activity in PR and advertising. So we're gonna take advantage of that. If there are more people than one table, we can do 2 tables. If there are more people than 2 tables, we can do 4 tables.
sure.
We can do this.
Just table after table after table. And just so that you know, we're shooting for 350 people in total. We are currently, as of today, at 315 people, and we're like 2 months away, so yay. Our cap will be 375, because we just don't want to go further than that, you know, to make sure that we're all served well. So Sunday, September 15th, please attend. And thank you so much to Rotary for all you do for the Dublin Food Pantry and specifically for this event. Several of you volunteered at the pantry during the month of June, I believe. And I hope you had a good experience. I think all of you did. So we're grateful for all that Rotary does for the pantry. Thank you.
Thank you, Barb. Next announcement, as you may be aware, our club is going to turn 35 next June. We're fortunate to have at least 2 faculty members here today, Margie and Dave. Thank you for attending. Are there any other founding members we should recognize? Oh, Faye. Thank you, Faye. Holly, did you want to give a quick update?
I was standing, but then you say founding members.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Wow, what a cool house. This is exciting.
Yeah.
So Claudia and I will be co-chairing the 35th anniversary party. We'll be recognizing that June of next year. So we're gonna spend some time outlining what we're thinking that we'd like the committee to look like and what we'd like to target for that. And then we'll be doing a call for committee members. So just stay tuned either in the newsletter or in the in-person announcements for when we do a call. So if you're thinking that you might be interested in that, pay attention to that.
Thank you very much. Alu, do you want to give a car show update?
Yes, I don't think I need that. My voice, can you hear me, everybody?
Yes.
I'll tone it down.
Zoom over here.
September 1st, the Classic Car Show is on. Had a permit meeting yesterday with the city, so it looks like it's a go. And I have here the volunteer sign up sheet. So if you'd like to participate, please do so and mark that your name. Thank you.
You can explain if you've got a lot of visitors, what the car show is.
Yeah, this is our 6th annual Classic Car Show. And it's held in the historic Dublin Business District, right near the library. And in the Dartmouth parking lot. And it's a fundraiser that we put on. And so we need volunteers to help sign up the participants, etc. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Lou. Dave. Are you comfortable?
All right, just let everybody know, our next club fundraising project will be the Dublin Irish Festival, where we will be distributing the liquor throughout the complex, August 2nd through the 4th. Sign-up sheets will be here next week. We're gonna have about, need for around 50-some folks to volunteer for shifts throughout the thing, so usually on Friday morning, we need a heavy crew in order to help put the original stock out to all of the sales locations. And then it's just maintenance through the end of the festival. And at the end of the festival, obviously we go back and bring everything back in. But it's a lot of fun for those of you that haven't had a chance to join us at the festival. We meet at the barn behind the rec center. And we operate out of there, and it's a lot of fun, and I think it's a good club project. We're going to make about $4,000 off the project, so we're going to build the slots we needed to make that happen. So if anybody has any questions, Benon or I will be in touch with you, or we'll fill you in or whatever you need to know. That's it.
Thank you, Dave. Julie.
Yes. Morning, everybody. The literacy committee is collecting school supplies the next couple of Friday morning, and Roberta, whoever is helping me over there. So if you have school supplies, if you'd like to donate them, please let us know. We also sent an Amazon link that one Dublin shared with us in terms of which supplies they're prioritizing. We're doing this in collaboration with them. So I already see somebody or some folks already donated, so thank you. So next couple Fridays.
Thank you. Did you have any
Yes,
questions?
I just want to say, we're passing around a card for Ramona, Penwinkle. So for those new members who may not know her, she's a fantastic member of the Rotary, and it's just going through stuff after stuff, so we're just letting her know that we're thinking of her. Sign it if you haven't signed it already, please.
Thank you. Well,
Thank you. Just quick announcement. After this meeting, we're gonna have a community services meeting for that committee and kind of plan out all our projects for the rest of the year. We're gonna meet in the room next door since there are gonna be quite a few of us and they wanna clean this up for the next event. So right next door, immediately after this meeting.
thank you. Are there any other announcements? Okay, we do have one more. Emmett, all right, you have the floor.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to present Chrissy Hovikorpi, and she's our Rotary Youth Exchange from Finland. And running a Rotary flag from her Finland Rotary with us.
Oh, thank you so much. Very nice.
Thank you.
It's good to see that. Yeah, it's-
So now I'm telling you about Finland. Finland is official the Republic of Finland is country located in North Europe. It's known for its beautiful nature and thousands of lakes. Finland gained independence on December 6, 1917 as a result of Russian Revolution. The early years in independence we were called due of the Civil War, but Finland survived and developed into modern state. Finland is a bilingual country with two official languages, Finnish and Swedish. Finland's nature is almost 75% of forest, which makes Finland one of the most forested countries in Europe. In Finland, summers are warm and winters are cold. I live in Kotka. It's a city located in southern part of Finland, in province of Kymenlaakso. It is especially known for as a port city. The population of Kotka is approximately 52,000 people. My name is Christina. I love traveling. It's wonderful. I love traveling, so this is wonderful experience to me to have. In middle school, I was in music class, and that's why I have so much experience of different kinds of instruments. My hobbies are painting and watching multiple different kinds of series and listening to music. Thank you so much.
So I understand, yeah, there were quite a few travels, and you want to speak about that for a second?
Thank you. So a couple things. We learned a lot about Finland. Finland is not Scandinavia. And the Finnish language is Suomi, and the closest language to it is Estonia. So people would think, oh, it's close to Swedish, German, but it's so totally different. So Finland's a unique country. So we traveled to Washington, D.C. So Chrissy got a chance to see the nation's capital. And then we took her to, we didn't know about this. We asked her, when you're doing an exchange, do you have a preference in the United States? We're such a big country. Where would you like to come? Of course, she mentioned California. Why not Ohio, right? Why Ohio? Well, the other thing is, I just learned this recently. One of the things of her interest is actually go to Niagara, see Niagara Falls. So we did go up to Canada. We went to Toronto, saw Toronto downtown, and got a chance to see Niagara. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot this Rotary Youth Exchange Program. So Chrissy flies back to Finland tomorrow, and Marit-Hessa, can we have you stand? Marit-Hessa will be flying out with what's that? Our daughter. My wife is saying our daughter. Thank you. So, So Marikessa is flying out with Chrissy to Finland, and she's going to be there through middle of August, and hopefully get to do the same thing and experience the same thing Chrissy did in the United States.
Thank you so much. I'm usually the one who forgets things. So last call for announcements. Otherwise, we have a wonderful sergeant today. Susan?
Good morning. It's just such a beautiful day here today. I'm just like so happy it's Friday. I'm so happy to see all these wonderful faces here. I can't, it's like standing room only. I mean, how many times have we had standing room only? This is just amazing. We have so many guests here today. And as I call your name, if you'll stand up and just so we can recognize you, because these are all new opportunities for all of us to make new friends and have them become Rotarians. Rick Mailer, I know you're our guest speaker, but if you'll stand. Mike Dickey is from our Delaware Club. Welcome. Sarah Hampson Mills, did I do that right? Here, oh, okay, sorry. And she is going to be replacing Julie. I don't know if anybody can replace Julie, but she is stepping into her new role that was Julie's, soon to be not Julie's. But I think you're a great replacement, and I remember working with you back in the day when I was on the board. So welcome, and we're really glad you're here. Let's see, Trish Piliato, and she is with the library. And we welcome you too. And then a real guest is Faye Harriet has brought somebody who lives in Columbus, Ohio, but they found each other at the lake. Brandon Reese, tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, okay. It's wonderful to meet you all. And Faye and I met each other at Lake Okoboji in northern Iowa. And just by happenstance, you meet someone from Columbus and you have to take them up on an offer. And so she invited me out here to the Rotary today. I live in Gehanna. My wife and I are renting there. We do a lot in Dublin with the company I work for, which is Dana's Construction. So you all have probably driven past Sawmill, probably have a headache with the traffic, and it's our fault. So, but wonderful to meet you all here today. And I'm our Director of Business Development, and we do a lot with Dublin City Schools. We've had the pleasure of working over at Emerald Campus with plenty of students who are in the Engineering Academy. So thank you all.
And you're welcome to too. Now, Davey Ambrose, you're not unknown here, but we're so glad to have you here today.
It's good to be here.
Margie too. Margie is here, and it's great to have her here too. And then the whole family, right? Emmett, and who's your daughter? Oh, and she's going where? Okay. I'm glad you acknowledge your mom and dad. Thank you. And of course, Tara, sorry. It's hard with all these guests to remember all these names. Anybody has any happy butts? Okay. Our daughters from Boulder and Boston are both coming into town, and our grandchildren are coming into town, and the husbands are coming into town, and we're gonna be together for the first time since a while. So good.
I have one.
You do?
Yeah.
Bob?
Sunday is Bastille Day, July 14th. It's our 52nd wedding anniversary.
Wow, congratulations. Yeah. And Rich?
Keeper for the club, had a procedure done yesterday and everything went great.
Considering your thoughts and prayers, please. Emmett?
I didn't know if Joel did this, but I'm gonna do this. Happy Bucks. You got engaged?
All right. I'm sorry, you know, when you can't remember stuff, it's another $5. You know, I love you so much. All right, so Sanan, if you'll collect a few happy bucks, I have one more happy buck. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see a hand.
That's okay. This is a happy buck for Lane. He ran a 2-mile kids race last night and he scored, he got 3rd place, only behind a 5th grader and a 3rd grader.
Wow. Impressive. And I have a happy buck too, and then I'll get you to Julie. My happy buck is next Saturday, July the 20th. We're gonna be doing Flamingo for a Cure to cure Rett syndrome at Hemnick Brewery. And I invite you all out there to be my guest. It's from 2 to 5, lots of beer, lots of raffle items, lots of silent auction items. Anybody that comes, I will be happy to buy you as many drinks as you want. Okay? And Julie.
Give a happy buck out, 2 happy bucks. One, to thank everybody for all of your support of Centera over the years. The last 15 years have been amazing. All of it's been so welcoming and supportive. So I want to thank you. And I also have to people in the youth there. We started August 1st. So thank you for welcoming.
Great job. Anybody else in this? Okay, our small pot today is $25. And Emmett, since you can't remember stuff, I'm gonna have you draw the first ticket.
Okay, I can't remember. He wins. 8994. Sure. 8994.
8994. Okay. That's $25. That's amazing. Now. Okay, Margie, you have a choice. Do you want the large pot or the small pot? The large pot today is $169. We sold a lot of raffle tickets today. So what would you like? You want the small pot that's roll green cash? Or do you want the opportunity to draw a card and not be a winner?
I'll probably take the sure thing.
Okay. That's probably it. It's a sure thing for sure.
And I'll donate it back to the club.
Wow, okay, I'm gonna let you draw the second ticket.
I take plans for that.
9084.
9084. Okay. 9084.
So it's 335-9084.
You know, I could say something, but I'll do my mouth shut. Everyone have a great weekend. That's me.
All right, thank you. We're running a little bit short on time, so I really want to focus on giving the rest of the time to Rick. So Rick, if you'll start making your way up, I'll give a brief introduction and play a short video. So I think everyone knows that Rick is the founder and executive chairman of City BBQ. The restaurant has grown to have over 76 restaurants in 10 states. So a lot of great growth under your leadership. And I will start the video and yield the rest of my time to you. So thank you. And also thank you to Rick and to Bonnie for everything you've done for the club. I mean, you really have been great stewards to the community, of evidence to what you've done with our club, and I'm sure to the rest of the community.
You know, serving and creating happiness for us means just making a difference in somebody's day. The longevity and the stability of our team is really what makes us different. And then as we grow and we scale, that our culture stays intact, because that's the foundation that's gonna make us successful in the future.
We have a pit master certification program. We had a couple of our GMs go through the program and really hone their skills and leverage those skills to help them grow within the company. We partner with local colleges to do a neat science class, continuing education, making sure that we understand the ins and outs of the business and we can really pay attention to that quality of the food.
So the $100 bill rule is used in the restaurant daily. Let's say it's a birthday or our employees are empowered, give out a dessert or let them sample any product they want in the restaurant at any time.
Barbecue just brings people together from their backyard or together at a wedding. And barbecue is all about celebration, and we think we do it better than anyone.
Okay, thanks, Gene. That was just a little introduction. Yeah, so. Where's the microphone? They took my microphone. Or can you hear me? There you go. No, you can't. Now can you hear me? Okay. By the way, I hold great power because I stand between you and what you got to do today, or if you're John Susie and Dave Williamson, your tea time. So, but anyway, in the restaurant business, thanks for the introduction, Gene. By the way, if you don't know me, I'm Bonnie's husband, Rick. And so great to be here. In this business, Yelp reviews are everything. And, you really want those Yelp reviews, you want social media. And actually, that's what came up when I Googled my speaking abilities on the Yelp reviews. So it was kind of nice. It was Rick Mailer's the best speaker ever. I'd be Coley 99, not sure who that is. Another one came up. I just wish he wasn't married. Jay Aniston loves Rick. Nice girl there. Rick Mailer. Oh, that's the wrong way. I need to go down. There we go. He's great. Tony the Tiger. I guess that's when I spoke at Kellogg's. But anyway, we'll get started here. Basically, I'm going to talk about the fact that I spoke here 25 years ago, and I've made a lot of mistakes since then. And when you have a business, you make a lot of mistakes. And I could do a 3-day seminar on there, and that's how you learn in life. And I realized I've made a lot of mistakes over life. And I also understood that, time is interesting. You can kind of be summed up in the aisles at the Walgreens. And you're saying, how's time summed up in the Walgreens? Well, you start off in aisle baby formula and diapers. And then you move into things like maybe family planning as you get older. And then you maybe end up in somewhere in continence and somewhere in there. I don't know where you guys are on your timeline today. I'm somewhere where I'm in pain relievers and I'm hanging on there because I need them. And I'm looking at the card at the Metamucil aisle. So that's I'm not sure where you all are, but that's just kind of where my timeline is on life, where I'm going. I wrote down notes so I wouldn't forget anything. It's our 25th anniversary coming up of City BBQ. And so we started quite long ago, and I was much younger back then. And it was interesting. We had at that time, a fairly successful restaurant company in town. The CEO came up to one of my original founding partners and said, barbecue is not going to work. I'll bet your auction in 6 months. And so it's kind of interesting. So I know a lot of you are small business owners, large business owners, et cetera, out there, and you're entrepreneurs. And so my first, hopefully, takeaway to you is that back then, you just have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in what you can do. And if you're an entrepreneur and a business owner, you are a straight commission salesperson. And by the way, when you're CEO of a company, you're still a straight commission salesperson. And so you always have to look at how do you grow sales? How do you do that? How do you move on? And so that was a long time ago. Obviously, when we took a chance on ourselves, when I was a complete straight commission salesperson, and one of the takeaways I hope that you have is these 4 words: yes, if, not, no, because. And we still talk about that all the time at City BBQ when we look at a new project and so forth. And let me explain that. Let's say you have a grandkid, and the grandkid wants to go to the water park. And the grandkid says, "Hey, Grandma, I want to go to the water park." And you say, "No, we can't go to the water park because we don't have time. We've got all this work to do." "Nope, we're not going to the water park." Or the grandkid can come up to Grandma and say, "Hey, I want to go to the water park." And Grandma can say, "Yes, we can go to the water park if you take out the trash,
You help do the dishes and you help grandpa mow the lawn. Then we can go to the water park for a couple of hours. Changes the total mindset of how you run a business. And so 26 years ago, when we had this idea of a barbecue joint, I could have easily said, no, I can't do this because I don't have any restaurant experience. True. I don't have a lot of money. My family doesn't have money. Bonnie's family doesn't have money. I can't do it because I really don't have that big of a reputation in town, and I shouldn't do it because I have a really good job at John Deere. But instead we looked at it and said, well, maybe we could do this if I work at this every day to understand the restaurant business. I developed some great contacts in town and try to really partner with some terrific people. Yes, if Bonnie keeps her job. Of course. And so it completely changes the mindset of what you do. And it's interesting today in our company, how easy it is for folks to look at a new project, look at a new opportunity and say, no, because, well, no, it's in the budget. It's not in the budget. We can't do that. But if you change your mindset of yes, if, it completely transforms the way you run your business. So hopefully that's a takeaway for you. And that was a takeaway for me a long time ago when we were out there. When we started the company, I had some interesting times. This is a real picture. October 2000, I'm standing in my front yard. The restaurant had been open for 10 months in Arlington. I finally had a Sunday afternoon off. Finally, I don't have to work today. Well, I work in the morning, but then Sunday afternoon I took off and I'm raking leaves. And the Dublin police show up. And they say, are you Richard Malir? I said, yeah, what's up? Put down the rake. Okay, what's up? We have a warrant for your arrest. I'm like, okay. For what? An unpaid parking ticket. And so they literally came and arrested me in my front yard for going, I think it was like 5 months before. I was doing 35 and a 25, forgot to pay the ticket. I was busy, messed up. I guess they were bored, so they had a warrant for my arrest. They came out. They said, can we go in the home? I said, sure. They said, do you have any firearms in there? I said, yeah, I got a shotgun down in the basement. They said, okay. They sat in my kitchen. They petted our dog, Coco, at the time. And then I said, okay, so what do we need to do? And they said, well, we need to take you down to the police station. And okay, well, I guess I'll go down. You want me to drive? No, we need to handcuff you and take you in the car. So I literally walked out of my door in handcuffs. My neighbors are like, oh, I knew he was running drugs. And so I go down to the police station, pull up, and I'm like talking to them. Like the cops are like, yeah, what's going on? Yeah, and some handcuffs in, and the lady starts fingerprinting me. Oh, are you gonna do a city barbecue in Dublin someday? And I'm like, no, I'm calling now. And then I wrote out my check for, I think it was $110. This is the receipt. I'm not sure when it was. I don't think that's it was $158. Oh, but with the bond, it was $228. So I wrote the check, and as soon as I wrote out the check, all things were fine. And so then they're walking me down a hall after I posted bond and paid this, and they let me out of the handcuffs, and Bonnie's sitting there. And it was not a good look. Have you ever seen Bonnie when she's upset? It's just not a good look. And because I called her, I got one phone call to come pick me up, and she said, the lady that's escorted me down the hall, she literally looked at Bonnie's face and said, Richard, that was my real name. Richard, you're entitled to one night in the jail if you need it. And so, but that is a true story of what can happen when you don't pay your parking tickets in Dublin, Ohio, and you're really busy running a business, and it's crazy days and crazy times. And you all can relate to that if you ever start a business, how you're so consumed in it, how it takes it. I call it the founder's frenzy. When you found a business, it's a founder's frenzy. You're just obsessed with it. And things happen. You forget to pay speeding tickets, and then all of a sudden you get arrested by the Dublin police. So, Gene asked me to talk about some things in terms of plans going forward for the business and so forth. I assume you all know a little bit about City Barbecue. We threw the video out there. When we grow, we're looking at the relentless execution of fundamentals. We always started the company with the $100 bill rule and the 95.5 rule, and it's still today. When I walk into a restaurant, whether it's in Ohio or it's in North Carolina or Atlanta, I always go up to one of the employees and say, one of the team members, tell me about the $100 bill rule, because I want to make sure that they were trained properly. To me, that's a fundamental thing that we can be successful. Every team member has $100 to spend at their discretion whenever they want, whenever they need to. They don't have to go ask anybody. If your ribs aren't right, they can replace them. It's just a way to give them complete control over the guest experience. So those are the fundamentals that we talk about at City BBQ, and really it hasn't changed in 25 years. Our purpose is still to serve and create happiness. Our mission is set the standards others follow. Our values are safety first, treat others with integrity, fairness, and respect. You can read the rest. Those fundamental values and mission and purpose has not changed in 25 years. And in 2020, during the craziness, and I'll just call it craziness, all the craziness, we were tempted and encouraged to do a lot of different things, and we didn't, because we just stayed to the fundamentals of what the values of our business is. And that would be an encouragement and a takeaway for you as business owners that served us well, even though all the mistakes I've made over the years, is stick to your values, whatever they are. And if you stick to the values that you establish, you'll probably be okay. When we look at our business growth, this is a fundamental pyramid that our teams make fun of me because I talk about it so much. But this is the way our company has grown. Is the pyramid is simply the base, the foundation is continuous improvement. Be better every day, do something better to improve the company, etc. Only then, and only then will you have same store growth. And then only then, if you have same store growth, does that fund the fun stuff? And you say, well, what's fun stuff? Well, it's new restaurants, it's bonus programs, it's health benefits, etc. That's the fun stuff. What a lot of companies do is they flip that pyramid upside down. And they're like, you know, we're just going to go out and build a bunch of these. Then we'll and then we'll go figure out how we're going to sell the heck out of them. And then we'll kind of figure out maybe how to have a good company. And it happens, and you can probably picture that in some ways in a lot of companies that have failed doing that, where we really try to stay the discipline of only will we grow more restaurants if we are growing our current restaurants and catering operations, and we're only be able to grow our current restaurants and catering operations if we have continuous improvement every day. And we've gotten off track of this. We really have at times, and we pay for it. And so then you have to go back to that fundamental pyramid and the base of who we are. Gene asked me to talk about new products or menu items, and then I'm going to try to get to Q&A real quick, because then I can answer questions that might be of actual interest to you. But the new products we have coming out, first of all, City BBQ is a method of cooking. That's the first thing we look at. And when we look at a new menu item, we always look at it as a barbecue-centric item. And right now we're coming out with pastrami. We tested it. It's phenomenal. It's super yummy. But we also did a fried chicken sandwich, and I think that gets us a little off track of who we are. But what we are is the way we look at the menu at City BBQ is that we sort of have this hub. It's the method of cooking, it's barbecue-centric, and then everything, the spokes on that have to sort of be related back to that hub, whether it's a limited time offering or it's the fundamental part of our menu. And that even translates into the catering operations as well. People don't realize it, but we have a pretty significant catering business. We'll do over 2,500 weddings this year. That's just weddings. And I never thought we'd be in the wedding business. But we literally have wedding coordinators and planners in all of our markets. And they're doing that for barbecue. Kind of cool. Look at another thing here. Changes in the industry. Gene wanted me to talk a little bit about changes in the industry. First of all, I'm going to read you some quotes I have. Throughout human history, technology has replaced or changed human labor. Do we all agree with that? Yeah. Also, though, in the restaurant business and fundamental human society, I believe people still want to connect. They want hospitality. And that's interesting. And how do you connect? How do you provide that hospitality? And when we look at our current and future consumer base, they're definitely digital natives. Now, you folks in this room, most of you are not digital natives. Our exchange student, yes, you're a digital native, but most of us are not digital natives, but the folks coming up are. And here's the crazy thing, the 2-year-olds today, they're not gonna be digital natives, they're gonna be artificial intelligence natives. Artificial intelligence is just gonna be part of their lives. Just like digital is the part of the life of a 20-year-old today. And so how do you adapt and how do you create great hospitality and how do you look at your organization? And one of the things is, I always tell our folks though, if they still walk in the restaurant, is the greeting conversational or transactional? And that's so important out there because if it's just a transaction, then you aren't providing hospitality. And so some of the things that we are working on though, on the digital side is, oh, by the way, this popped up. The guest is tougher, wants more value, and is more demanding. You all agree with that? Yeah, it's tough right now, isn't it? By the way, that's a quote from a speech I gave in 2008. So things don't change a whole lot, right? We have a new technology that Wolf and the other techies out there would probably find kind of cool. It's called flyby technology. You put in the app your car tag and what it is. You do it one time, put in your credit card. You can order from City BBQ on the app and drive to, let's say, Powell. We'll take the Powell restaurant. And as you're driving, we already have the order. We already know Wolf is coming on his motorcycle. You put in your KTM with a motorcycle, and they say, okay, this dude Wolf's coming on his KTM. We don't know what that is, but it's coming. And we got his order ready, and then the screen in the restaurant starts blinking yellow. That means Wolf is getting closer. And then when it's red, that means Wolf just pulled into the parking lot. And so we're able to literally walk out with his bag of food a lot of times before he even shows up. Like we're standing in the parking lot going, here you are. Takes the food, boom, he's gone. So that's an interesting piece of technology that we have. By the way, you always have to have sales as a business owner. And I was giving a speech the other day talking about digital natives. I said, you know, guys, nothing happens in business till the cash register rings. You get that quote? You understand what that means? Nothing happens in business till the cash register rings. One of our IT guys says, Rick, we don't have cash registers, we have POS systems, and you don't hear it ring. I said, okay, I guess. So another piece of technology, this is our new latest and greatest City BBQ in Dublin Green, as we call it, right by the Costco. And it doesn't really visualize it very well there, but we have a double drive-through lane. So you come in here, you come in here. By the way, I didn't think we would ever do drive-through because I wanted to engage the senses. I wanted you to walk in, smell it, see it, hear it, all that good thing. But what we did is we said, well, the guest really wants a drive-through, so we'll do it. Well, it's split, order here, one window. And you go, well, how does that work? How do they know who's who? Well, the technology is the team member inside has a video screen taking a picture of all of the cars coming in, so they know, okay, the brisket sandwich, that's with the Ford Explorer. That just, because I got a picture of it. Ford Explorer shows up. Here you go. No mix-ups that way. So that's sort of an interesting piece of technology out there that you probably don't realize. And I think that enhances the guest experience. Last thing, and I'll try to play this. What do I hit, Gene? Okay, this is AI ordering at Wendy's. And this is the stuff that's coming. I got it, Gene.
I got it. Thank you.
Welcome to Wendy's. What would you like?
Hi, can I get one bacon double stack biggie bag?
What sauce for the Biggie Bag Nuggets?
Can I get barbecue sauce?
Which drink for bacon double stack Biggie Bag?
A Coke, please.
Which drink for bacon double stack Biggie Bag?
A Coca-Cola.
Got it. Anything else?
Also, can I get a Dave's Classic Single?
Got it. Anything else?
On that Dave's Classic Single, can I get no cheese and extra pickles?
Would you like anything else?
Can I get extra cheese, extra pickles on the Dave's Single?
Anything else?
Can I get no cheese on the Dave's Single?
Okay, there you go. You're ready to shut that. Yeah, picked up, okay. accurate. So this is amazing. This, go on Glick Road and Dublin Road, the Wendy's on the corner, across from the Walgreens after you find out what aisle you should be in. They have this AI technology. And I've done it a couple times that blew me away. And I was like, I need a day's double, no cheese, it nailed it. And so, and that's AI technology. Say, what is that? That's not some voice, that's literally a robot. That's a computer taking that order and interpreting your voice. You did not, that person did not talk to a human being. They had no interaction with the human being until they got to the window and the person had their order ready. So those are the kind of interesting things going on in technology in the restaurant business, besides robotic production and all the other crazy stuff going on out there. But at the end of the day, we're in the hospitality business and we need to have a connection with the guests. With that, I'll turn it over to Q&A. Because I know we've got time. Back here, Wolf, I saw you yesterday.
Thank you. By the way, my husband ordered from City Barbecue and you were your example. I mean, he showed up 2 minutes early and they said, yes, Mr. Fields, we'll have your order in 1 minute. I mean, it was fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous experience. Can you talk just a little bit about how you encourage your employees? Because as we shared, you know, I'm trying to hire some sales folks to work with my son, and it's hard right now finding and motivating young sales people. What kind of work do you do?
Okay, that's a great question. It's near and dear to my heart. I feel like the press conference last night where the questions were kind of limited. No, you did well down. But it is near and dear to my heart. The way we've made mistakes over the years in the way we compensated our general managers. And when we made it a true profit sharing plan that they can control, and to me, the key is you've got to control it. The person responsible has to be able to control that. If they're out of control, then what's the incentive? But a true profit sharing plan. And then about 4 years ago, I got talked into, to my chagrin, actually about 3 years ago, that, you know, we're a big sophisticated company now. You know, we have all these joints. We got to be strict in our financials. So we need to establish budgets and we need to compensate our general managers based upon their budget. Well, if you're a business owner, what's one thing we all know about a budget? Come on, Dave, you know. It's freaking wrong. That's what it is. It's never gonna be right. That's why they do forecasts to cover their ass for having the budget wrong. And so when you did that off a budget, and then it created sort of this ceiling, because then the GM is looking at it going, wait a minute, if I make a $10,000 bonus this year, they're just gonna increase my budget next year, and then blah, blah, blah. And so kind of what's the point? Then they start sandbagging. If they know they're not gonna make it, why do any better? Because the base is gonna be too high, et cetera. You know the game. And so when we went to straight profit sharing, and we're back to that this year, because we went to the budget thing, our sales didn't do as well. And I have private equity partners today, and they're like, oh, why aren't the sales as good? Maybe you should pull some levers on marketing. Bullshit. Why don't we incent the GMs correctly and get them going again? Sorry for my language. But as you see, I'm pretty passionate about it. Well, now we're back to this profit share where there's no ceiling on what a general manager can make in our company. And so if they make X this year, next year, if they do the same, they make X. If they make X plus, if we make X plus, they make X plus, and it never ends. When we were under the old program, we had a general manager making $170,000 a year. And I was pretty delighted by that because we were doing well. So I'm all about profit share and truly things they can control, not some budget that is going to be wrong anyway. I don't know how much time we have. Shut me up when you need to. Yes.
So I was at the Wendy's on Wood Road, the one that you mentioned a few weeks ago. And I had no idea they were doing this, you know, the whole remote thing. So I got to the drive-thru and I only ordered 2 Frosties, 2 orange Frosties, because we wanted to try those. And the voice said, I didn't quite get that. And I said, 2 orange Frosties, whatever. And she said, okay, pull up to the window. And she eventually did get it correct because they gave me orange Frosties, but then the actual person at the window, I said, well, that was an interesting experience with the robot taking my order. And she said, oh, we hate it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
I hated it too.
Yeah. By the way, team members hate change.
I just want to thank your company and what you do for all of us to hear the incredible legacy that
City Barbecue has done, not just for their employees, but for our citizens and community. The company was started 25 years ago. And I think I was on the board at the Columbus Foundation close to 25 years ago. And they had one of the most sophisticated and updated employee programs that were that were donating to the community and providing not just leadership, but opportunities. And they've done it consistently ever since. Huge supporters of our Dublin Cancer Center. Bonnie chaired the program for our Women's Health Center at Dublin Methodist Hospital. Just, it's a community that has not only been successful in their business of providing service and wonderful meals, but really providing leadership in terms of supporting and the growth of the community. So Rick, to you and Bonnie and your company, congratulations. It's a story of leadership.
That's very nice. Thanks. There's watching somewhere in there.
How do you do it?
But yeah, well, that's one of the fundamental tenets is that we want to be part of the community. And that's what we tell everybody. Oh, okay.
Just one question I have from running a business standpoint. Younger generations are wanting to have a different relationship with work than other generations of a better work-life balance. And I'm an attorney, so the quote you have about the guests is true in my field, which is that, the demands of clients and guests get greater as time goes on, not less. How do you try to address that at City Barbecue with, different expectations with work-life balance and people's relationship with their job, with the demands of your guests?
Yeah, you got an hour? I'll try to make it really short. Well, I think a lot of things change, a lot of things stay the same. What we found though is that, our young people, as we call them, they still want to go somewhere and interact with people. So this whole work at home 5 days a week thing does not work. We don't make them come to the office every day, but we make them come to the office a couple days at least, because they still want to have interaction, camaraderie and so forth. So we've had to change a few things and adapt, but I would be hesitant to go and say, well, let's just throw out our entire playbook and change everything, because I'm not sure that's worked for a lot of companies. And so my encouragement would be to maybe look at some adaptations, but human beings are still human beings. We still like to be around each other. I assume you enjoy this meeting versus watching it on a Zoom call. I saw Ken Underwood's name on there. Lonnie, didn't you used to call him Dr. Dreamy or something? So, now he's. But anyway, that's be just don't go overboard with that. And so hopefully I made a little bit of sense, but again, I could go an hour on all the other things we try to do. I will leave with this one quote. I do like this, and it's another takeaway. It has nothing to do with City Barbecue, but I just think it's kind of cool. I just realized this. How many of you have won the lottery? None? How many of you would love to win the lottery? Right? We'd all love to win it. I just came up with this. The world population is 8.1 billion people. The US population is 336 million people. The chances of you even being in this country is 4.1%. So think about that. You think you won the lottery yet? Finland's a good place too, but. And then the Dublin median income is 2.1 times the median income in the US, or in the 80th percentile of all incomes in the US. So the fact that you were born in this country or live in this country is 4.1%. The fact that you are even in Dublin takes it even higher. So I think we can all agree we've won the lottery. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think everyone would agree that was an extraordinary lesson in business development, business leadership. and community service from your organization, and thank you for all you do for the community and for our club.
Thanks, Steve.
I know we've run over a little bit, but if you have time to stick around, if anyone else wants to have any questions or anything.
Sure.
All right, great, thank you again.
You bet. As long as it'll sell another sandwich.
And
oh, by the way, I do have gift cards for whoever asked the question.
And I think the comment on your, what you've done with technology, how you've made it so seamless. And really focused on the end customer and not just deploying technology, but the sake of technology. So great job with that.
Okay, thanks.
And the observation that 2-year-olds are going to grow up being AI natives is really very insightful. So thank you. Next week, we have another great program. Kristen Easterday, the Director of Marketing and Communication for the Columbus Regional Airport Authority. Our closing quote is, "Friendship was the foundation rock on which Rotary was built, and tolerance is the element which holds it together." Paul Harris in 1948. Thank you.